Sup. My name is Ray for the TheYugiohCouncil. Welcome to Coffee Time. Grab your coffee, Java, hot chocolate, tea, or cold drink of choice. Sit back, grab a snack, and relax. This is going to be great. But before we get into the discussion today, I just want to quickly touch upon one thing. Tech Tuesday, Next Meta, and Stock Market will all be dropping out this week. Now on to the discussion. So, will heroes be relevant when they arrive into the TCG? Let's see, that's January 30th. That's a little over a month, about a month or two from now. So we're getting there. We're pretty freaking almost there. We have a ban list on January 1st, and we should know it probably a little bit after Christmas. We should know that ban list and what's on that ban list. So that will help shape what will basically push this in whatever direction it's going to push it in, and most likely Konami is going to push it hard. So let's look at some of the tools that elemental heroes have and what makes them a deck. There's Hero Lives, and I know we're going to probably have disagreements on whether this card or that card should be ran. That's not the point. It's about what they have access into. They have Hero Lives. That's going to get them Shadow Mist. And Shadow Mist basically is their giant searcher, spammer, grab everything under the sun. Then you could play something like Call the Haunted to constantly bring back Shadow Mist, or Pinpoint Guard, which we talked about on Tech Tuesday a while back. I could probably find it and link it if you would like. You can utilize these cards to bring back Shadow Mist to constantly get Mass Change out of your deck and go from there. They also have their own basically version of Salvage that grabs you a hero and a Mass Change that allows for another fusion to come to the board and go lo, no graveyard for you, lo, no back row for you. Because they have their own version of Heavy Storm in the form of Acid. Now, Acid's just a fucking amazing card, so if you haven't picked them up already and you're thinking about playing this hero deck, most likely it won't be found in the hero structure deck, so make sure to pick them up for yourselves. After this video, I'm going to go buy some myself. Some other things. They have access to 3 reinforcements to the army and 3 e-calls. Then you also have 3 Shadow Mists that when they're sent from the deck to the graveyard, you get a search. You can add in Foolish Burial to basically do that. So, ladies and gents, we have about 10 ways of getting a search off a hero deck if you choose to run all those searches. Meaning that this deck is going to be pretty vulnerable to stuff like Mistake, and Fairy Wind will be an optional choice to run in your side deck that will also help you with a bad matchup against Killer Forts. Yes, I said Killer Forts are a bad matchup for us because, well, I am playing heroes. So here's the thing. You want your heroes' effects on the board to control the game state. Killer Forts get a bonus by using Skill Drain to lock out effects and also gain attack points because the Skill Drain fucks. So here's what you do. You don't use your MST on the tools, you use your Acid on the tool. And then when they flip Skill Drain, because they want to fuck you over in that sense, you chain MST to the Skill Drain. Because honestly, Skill Drain is going to be the one threat in the entire deck that makes it a bad matchup. You take that away, Killer Forts aren't really going to have that great of a matchup against heroes. And then from heroes, they have the nice, I drop Miracle Fusion. I know some people are going to be like, I'm not playing Miracle Fusion. Whatever, man, whatever. But the point is, they have access into Miracle Fusion using those heroes that they use for rank 4 to go into a new fusion. Ah, lovely fusion. Now, the only things that I wish heroes did not lack is the ability to synchro summon, because can you imagine dropping BLs in a hero deck? That'd be amazing. And one of the reasons I do think they will be relevant, is because they can be utilized outside of the normal hero deck inside of other decks. They can be utilized in the Chaos Dragon build because they're dark. Oh shit! And you can make Hero Chaos Dragons, which I probably will be doing, or Hero Blue Eyes, which I have done and probably will update once we get to January 30th. That's my surprise to each one of you. But this is not the only decks. Let's not forget the old fusion decks that are going to be getting a giant boost off this. New ways to search, or the Destiny Hero decks are going to have new access into freaking Dark Law and be anti-meta and be like, fuck your graveyard, we have a way to win now. I'm going to throw a Plague Spur in the deck and get BLs. BLs plus freaking Dark Law, and every time you search, I banish a card from your hand. Seems legit, and that's why I said about not using MST against Killer Forts, because every time they search, you banish a card from their hand. So chances are you probably could banish that out, and it fucks them over. Heroes have their own version of Mistake, while also having their own version of Macros Cosmos slapped with legs and arms and a beautiful little, like, Power Ranger looking helmet head and just comes out there with 2400 attack. And some of you are instantly going, but 2400 attack is nothing. Heroes also have a benefit of playing giant back row because, well, they could be a set 5 back row deck, and that's diversity for you kids. Diversity with heroes is just through the roof. There is no cookie cutter hero deck. There are some. But the way you could build a hero deck is just ridiculous. And let me just point out that I am not sponsored by anyone. Hence, what I say is of freedom. I really do like the idea of playing heroes if you're not really like big on meta, because it's an anti-meta deck. And it's not even going to be super expensive because let's just hypothetically say tomorrow the deck comes out, right? You're going to want to put Vanny's Emptiness in it most likely. That's going to be the most expensive thing. You can get them for about $20 on eBay right now. So it's going to run you about $60 for the playset and $30 for the structure decks, right? So 60, 30, that's 90. Hey, guess what other deck that just came out that Konami wants you to buy that would cost you $150 to build that Ryu's talked about before, not including the extra deck, is going to be Noble Knights. So overall, comparing Noble Knights to Heroes, I don't want to start a shitstorm, but Heroes would be the better choice because they have a better matchup and they're also going to be cheaper. If you don't have all those extra deck cards, don't sweat it. Now, the one thing you probably should be picking up if I interest you or you're just interested at all in Heroes is Elemental Hero Acid. Mask Hero Acid. I'm sorry, I said Elemental Hero. Forgive me. Mask Hero Acid is the one thing you should probably be picking up right now because it will not be found in the Hero Structure deck, the Hero Strike Structure deck. You're going to get 5 fusions in there, which is pretty much goddamn confirmed, thank you, Konami, but you will not be seeing Mask Hero Acid. Now, if I am mistaken, I will correct myself throughout the comment section, so you can be on the lookout for that. Finally, going into the matchups. They have a great matchup against Burning Abyss, so if you're playing against a guy who's playing Burning Abyss at locals, tell him to get wrecked, son. Sorry, just couldn't resist. One thing you'll have to watch out for is Burning Abyss of the, Burning Lake of the Burning Abyss. I think I forgot, I fucked up the name. It's their giant lake card. I'll probably put a picture in. It's their giant lake card that's basically an Icarus attack. You're going to have to watch out for things of that sort. But then again, every deck has to watch out for that, because it's annoying. You have a great matchup against Gunship Dolls, because Gunship Dolls basically utilize the graveyard, so you bring out Dark Law turn 1, which 90% of the time you actually can, because you can use Summoner Monk, or you can use the Hero Lives, which we talked about earlier in the video, and drop Dark Law really early and just basically control the game state. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful thing. I'm in love. You also have Vanny's Emptiness, so Dark Law plus Vanny's Emptiness is hilarious, hence why I keep saying Vanny's Emptiness. I know some of you, oh my god, get out of here, cat. I know some of you are instantly going, sorry, little guy. Some of you are instantly going, well, Ryu, here's the thing about Vanny's Emptiness. I don't really want to play it. Well, guess what? You don't really have to play it. It's an optional thing, because like I said during the early part of the video, no Elemental Hero deck or Mask Hero deck or Hero deck has to be the same. And guess what's coming back? Because it's going to have new support, which is indirect support, which is kind of direct support because they use the shit out of them. Remember Teledad? Yeah, well, you could probably play it. It will have one less dad still, but it'll be a hell of a lot better than it's been for the past 8 formats. That's not an insult. That's, you know, kind of being truthful here. But keep in mind that now it can utilize Mask Hero Dark Law, and then you can control your opponent's hand while having something like Stardust or Spark Dragon on the board to prevent its destruction and basically fuck over your opponent even further. Keep in mind that heroes also have access into the rank 4 toolbox. Ladies and gentlemen, the exceeds of 101, Exciton Knight, Castel, Lava Lol Chain, and everything else in the Sun called Gaia Cowboy, meaning that you don't have to utilize other hero monsters outside your typical, I don't know, 6, 9 monsters that you're going to be running in the deck, because guess what, you can go into that extra deck, you can put in that Photon Thrasher, you don't have to worry about getting your other fusions out, because if you want to run them, guess what you can do? You could just utilize the Cowboy Lava Lol Chain, go into that Nova Master of Gaia, and then control the game. Now, the one thing I will not touch upon in this video, but I will just mention it, is I'm not going to talk about whether or not Konami's going to bring back Shadows, because January 1st is a new ban list. We have a totally separate video coming out for that, but I would like to just mention that if it's found in the Elemental Hero Structure deck, Hero Strike, then there's a good chance of it coming back, but till then, I'm not commenting on it. So what I want to quickly say is, the deck doesn't fully need it, but it would give it another push. So if Konami wants to push it, it's a great thing. It's bad for everyone else. Just saying. Just saying. Let's leave it at that. But we have a lot to look forward to with this hero deck. Yes, it will be relevant to the TCG. Yes, you should probably think about playing it. And I'm out of time. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Thanks for watching. Peace!